Have you got a beach trip planned this summer? My kids love the beach, but sometimes after they've had a paddle and built a sandcastle, they lose a bit of interest. And I'm constantly being asked about lunch or snacks or questioned about what we're going to do next. In short, they need a little bit more inspiration, and once provided, they're often then hooked and absorbed in their activities again. So in this video, I aim to pass on these ideas to you. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. I can understand this loss of focus. Building a sandcastle can seem a bit repetitive to an older kid, and downright impossible sometimes for younger ones. So first we'll try and make this activity a bit more engaging and a bit easier. Providing flags to decorate the castle and figures to play with around the castle is a simple way of adding interest for my eldest. To make it easier for younger children, I highly recommend using a cup or a mini bucket for small children, as they're much quicker to fill and easier to handle when it comes to turning it over to turn out the sandcastle. They also give much quicker results. It's easier to build a castle with multiple towers if your bucket is only small. While building sandcastles seems like the most obvious activity for a beach, there's lots of discussion that can be had as well while you're doing this. This can aid the literacy skills of your children. You can talk about the wet sand and the dry sand, the full or empty bucket. But for when sandcastles just don't cut it anymore, what do you turn to? Here are a few other ideas. A favourite thing to build from the sand with my boys is a monster truck arena. Sand's great for making the jumps and banked corners, or even bridges and tunnels if you're very ambitious. My boys love to drive the cars around, they're very enthusiastic about this and make stunts. You can have lots of discussions here as well about forces. How much power do you need to put into the push that you give the car in order to make it perform its jump? You can talk about gravity pulling the car down, friction on the sand, air resistance. There's lots to discuss. Staying with the vehicles theme, we also like to build a boat out of sand that the kids can actually sit in. This has lots of pretend play opportunities, like you could be a lifeboat crew or pirates. We also have a set of small diggers and dump trucks that the boys love to play with and sit and make building site games. A more simple favourite in the sand is Pictionary. This is a great game for all the family, as it involves all the same rules as the traditional game, except the pictures are drawn with a stick or finger in the sand. Same as the original game, this promotes teamwork, turn-taking, creativity and communication skills. It's also handy as you don't have to take anything with you if you end up on the beach unexpectedly. We also like to write our names in the sand, and maybe the destination of our trip. It's a nice photo opportunity created in the past to have all of our footprints in the sand next to the name of the destination and the year. If you do this each year, of course, you can see the changes over time. Any mark making in the sand is beneficial for developing writing. But this doesn't mean it's just for preschoolers. I've also used it more recently with my eldest to help him practice his joined up letters. Hunting for things and collecting treasures is also another favourite activity on the beach. Why not add more interest by using our summer nature hunt pack to hunt for shells, or also in rock pools, or for flowers or birds along the coast? The link for this is in the description. Fishing in rock pools can be great fun, especially for older children, but you do have to be aware of the tide and watching out for slippery rocks. Then, of course, there's the sea itself. Everyone can enjoy paddling, and while you're there, you can discuss the power of the sea, how the waves can be destructive and break down the cliff, or how that power can be harnessed to make electricity. Some children will be confident to take it further than paddling, and as long as they're safe to do so, this is fantastic. However, little ones that are less confident can still experience the water. Maybe dig a pool in the wet sand that can be filled with water. This is perfect for smaller children to explore playing in the water. Also, the water generally warms up, so it's a lot more pleasant for us as adults as well. Then, of course, there's the sea itself. Everyone can enjoy paddling, and while you're there, you can discuss the power of the sea, how the waves can be destructive and break down the cliff, or how that power can be harnessed to make electricity. Some children will be confident to take it further than paddling, and as long as they're safe to do so, this is fantastic. However, little ones that are less confident can still experience the water. Maybe dig a pool in the wet sand that can be filled with water. This is perfect for small. My youngest also loves to fill a bucket with water and drop stones into it. He likes the sound and the splash that they make. This is a great simple sensory activity and can keep a little one occupied on the beach for quite a while. You can also count the stones as you drop them in to help them with their maths concepts and active listening. For those moments where they just seem to have too much energy, you could play ball or frisbee. But if you don't want to carry these with you, there are lots of other things that you can do with the sand as well. Why not build it up to make your own obstacle course? The kids can design this and have a go at racing around it. You can include simple jumps, weave, or running from one place to another. A simple long jump is also very easy to craft. You just need to draw a takeoff line and flatten the run-up. You can either do it from a run-up or a standing start, and simply compare the distances of how far everybody has jumped. You can measure them out with pigeon steps even. Hopscotches can also be drawn in the sand very easily. There are lots of other ideas that you can do with stones, and I'll add these in a future video. With all of these ideas, I feel happy and ready to help inspire my kids to play and learn on the beach. What are your favourite beach activities? Enjoy your holidays and keep learning.